And we're back. We're back on Linux Mint, and as you can see, it doesn't look like anything at the moment, but we will, of course, get it going properly, and we'll do that right now. We'll go into files, although what I want to show you first is a weird thing. I don't really understand why they've got them in here when they're not even installed properly. It's these Yaru icons. I've still got to get rid of these. I forgot all about them in the last video. I've still got to get rid of them. We'll get rid of all of these Yarus. I got rid of Papyrus. Remember to get rid of them. And I'm going to reinstall Papyrus because it's them that kind of brightens up your theme a bit. Gives it arrows instead of horrible less than and more than. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. This is, this is going to be hard to do, but if I just scroll on over that, as you can see, it says the cache is going to be updated. It's doing that for nearly every single Yaru icon. It's ridiculous. Why would you release something with that on it? I mean, yeah, it's easy to fix, but I don't know if it's in Cinnamon as well. Probably is. Hey, why would you release something like that? Why would you release something with that on there? But the icon cache hasn't been updated properly. Still, never mind. I've also bought me fonts on over, some added fonts that I use on my desktop as well. So we'll be adding them, and there's loads of stuff to do. So let's get on and do it. I'm going to just go into Synaptic again and get rid of a Yaru. I'd rather do it from inside Synaptic. Yes, I could use the terminal, but I'd rather use this. We'll just search Yaru. Come further down, let's get rid of it. We don't need it on here anymore. I don't think there's anything else that I need to get rid of. Everything has been uninstalled now, hopefully. Excellent. One thing we do need to do, because it's going to pee me off, is get rid of these. There's already 4 of them, so that's fine. We're going to remove them. Problem is that because it's gone back to default now, it's forever with your mouse wheel. If you start scrolling that, it has go to different workspaces, and it's a pain. So all you need to do is come on down to Window Manager Tweaks, come in here and just tick that off. Don't like using that. I've got my own stuff for that. Placement wise, we need to bring that on up to large. Compositor shows shadows under docks and under regular windows we will take off. And there you go. That's all I basically do. Everything else is up. Brilliant. Right, what to do next? Oh, hello. What it's asking me for is, no, ignore this report. Don't worry about it. Don't need that applet. The XApp applet. I don't understand what that does, but hey ho. It's an applet that goes into your system tray. Now, these icons don't look all of that. It's because they're GNOME ones. It doesn't look all that anyway, but I will soon change that. What we're going to need is first to do is to go, oops, not fonts. I didn't want that. Files, documents. We're going to do first is install Papyrus icon theme. So open up with the text editor. Now you might be thinking, flipping it, you've got a lot of repositories there. Well, I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to be using wget, which is already installed, and it'll install them straight away, which is really, really good. So we'll open up a terminal. We'll just go poink like that. Opens up in the middle. We'll just paste that on in there. I'll probably get a warning. Oh, maybe not. Just got to put my password in. And away it goes. And they install just like that. The PPAs do not work anymore. You're better off just getting them off of GitHub. They're up to date. They're the latest. I don't know if they were when they were installed with Linux Mint. I don't know. I don't know if they're the up to date ones, but yeah, we've got them in now, which is good. And while we're in here, we may as well make Nemo default. Nemo default. We'll just open up a text editor. And all we do is just copy and paste these lines in. Now these lines, this first line is saying so that you can change whether or not you want desktop icons and also change the background and stuff. This next line is for searching. And this one is for opening up my terminal. This doesn't necessarily make it fully default, not until you've gone into settings and gone to default applications, web browser. That's fine, that's Mozilla. Utilities, come on into here, click on other and just put in little letters Nemo. There we go. And just click OK. There. It's now default. Even if you did click on that to make it default, it still would not open up with terminal or whatever. You know, opening up stuff with within Nemo inside the terminal. Terminal. God, I can't speak. Right. So that's now done, so that's brilliant. We're going to get these in next. I'm going to get me icon on in. I'll copy that. What I could do, I guess, is just go to File System, User, Share. FG H Y. Go to icons. Just open this up as root. I'll pop my password in like so. That's now elevated privileges, and we go back into documents, and I'll just bring that over into here. Add that over to there. It's just copied it. That's all it's done. And we'll just extract. Excellent. Easy. What we can do now is delete that from inside there. Yes, just delete that. Brilliant. There they are there. Got Papyrus in there. Now these other, while I'm in here, these are just the cache files. That's all that's left behind is the cache for those particular things. In case you want to reinstall them, I guess. There's just bits that it didn't get rid of. What we can do is just control and just pick them all out and get rid of all together, and that should be it now. Yeah. So we delete all of them. Brilliant. So we've still got our Papyrus in there. And that's brought it down quite a lot. Breeze. Are these just Breeze dark? Yeah, that's fine. That's right. That's That's what we're using at the moment. Okay, so just go into share now. Go down to themes. Now you can either install these on your themes in your home folder and pick them out from there. What I like to do is to actually have them throughout the whole of the system. So many different ways of doing things in Linux. I could have used the terminal and used commands and what have you. A lot of people prefer that way. But why have this tool here if you're not going to use it? As long as you know what you're doing and don't mess with anything else in here, you'll be fine. Right, next thing to do is to install, I don't know if I did or not, sudo apt install xfce 4 panel profiles. Excellent. Excellent, that's in there then. Okay. A Doclight plugin, yeah. Open with text editor. I'll add this. Update. 17 packages can be upgraded. Sudo upgrade. I don't think it will though. Oh, maybe it will. Go on then. LibreOffice style Calibra. That's a font, isn't it? And LibreOffice Java. What else got in there then? Oh, well, whatever. Don't matter. What we want is that. Excellent. Okay. What else to do while we're in here? We can do that later. I need to put these on in to their respectable. Well, this is what I love about Nemo. It's got everything in there for you. You've got preview, for instance, and you can have that set up at 32 and it'll do your thumbnails for you. Yeah. Toolbar, we can add show thumbnails, open in terminal, home, refresh, context menus, duplicate, and we can make, link, and copy to and move to. It's got everything in there that you possibly need. Plugins, you've got Nemo File Roller, which will open up any file whatsoever. 7-zip, all that. It'll do them all. It'll compress them for you, everything. Brilliant. I don't know why they don't have it throughout the whole of their environments, but they don't. I don't know why. Excellent. Okay. This downloads will bring up there. That's better. Yeah, so we're going there. We just pick all them up. We'll copy. We'll come into this one. We'll go back into share. We'll go up to backgrounds. Backgrounds. And we'll just paste them in there. We can do the same in here as well, which is a good thing. Preview. 32. Toolbar. 3, 4, 5, 6. Context menus. One of them. One of them. One of them. One of them. Brilliant. Now they're all showing on up. I think there's anything else I need to do in there for the time being. No, pretty sure there isn't. So I add fonts onto my desktop, but I might add them in here. In fact, I might actually. Go back into documents. There's some added fonts. These are the ones I want, so we just copy them. Come on over here. Come down to fonts. FO fonts. There we are. Now we need open type for this one. Or is it true type? True type. True type is the one we need. So we can paste these in here. And we can also just extract here as well. So they're all extracted now. Roboto's in there. Everything is in there that I need. I can now get rid of these. Brilliant. Fibrocentric fonts are in. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay, so I guess that is it now for in there for the time being. It's alright because it's default now. Comes back on out. That's still Nemo. There we go. Because it's now default. Oh yes. Don't need the terminal for the moment. Go back to documents. Have I got it here? There it is. So what I do now is just copy this to home. Control H. We're going to .local share and we'll just paste that in there. Come off of there now and come down into settings, panel profiles, and you'll see that that's been added today, and we'll just apply that. Apply, and everything should be kind of back. Apart from that, I don't know why that hasn't been changed. But yeah, we have. That's alright. What we'll do is, as you can see, we've got the whisker menu now. Oh, there was something else to do in there. Never mind. Tooltips, show category names. That normal and small. Have that showing as tree. We'll go to appearance. We go second and fourth. Behavior. I always have it under recently used. Sort categories. No, I don't want them in alphabetical order. I want to be different. Switch while hovering. Yes, please. I'll do for that for the mo. Right. Go settings, go to appearance. Go icons. Sardi-Ghost-Flexible. Go style. That one. It's alright. It'll be a changing up in a minute. Just go desktop settings. Folder. Backgrounds. We'll have that one there. Found the grey one in there. Okay. Not quite working out the way that I wanted it. For some reason. But if I log out and come back in, it should be all changed. Looks horrible at the moment, but don't worry, I will have it sorted in a mo. There we go. Oh, this is meant to be all changed. Yeah, I know why, I think. It isn't. Yeah, I know why. There's still... I've got to upgrade. Got to upgrade, yeah, and at least it looks a little bit better now. I've got to upgrade. Let's go in here. Open text editor. It's this one we want. Dev staging. I know this is boring. But if you were doing the same thing, not recording it, but doing it for yourself, would you find it boring as well? And we'll have to reboot as well. Oops. But this is all about building it up for yourself. This is what this video is all about, is making Linux your own. Don't be tied down to what the developer wants all the time. Some of you might just want a computer that works and don't care about what it... It's not so much what it looks like, it's how it feels to you. Okay, we can... come off of there, Mo. What I need to do is to put this in as well. I'll copy that, pop that. I forgot. See, I forgot. There's loads of things that I do forget. I get carried away thinking that everything's going to work out just the way I want it straight away. But there are things, you know, it's all about building up. It's all about being patient as well. And remembering stuff. Taking notes of stuff that you're doing. Excellent. I'm glad that's in there. Yeah, it should be all right now. Good. What I need to do is to just reboot, restart altogether. That's better. There we are. It's worked out now. That's now empty down there. That's fine. We can get rid of these desktop settings. We can go to icons and remove all this lot. Yay. Now we should have, I hope it's on there. Boom, 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 boom. Accessories. There we are. Files. It should come up on there, yeah. So we'll pin that to there. Go to Documents. Plug in Script. Open with Text Editor. And all we do is copy all of that. Usually I've got to do this twice, and I don't know why. In Linux Mint, sometimes there's things you've got to do twice if you're customizing. And I'll show you what I mean, especially with keyboard shortcuts. For some odd reason, you've got to delete the original one twice, whereas on normal Ubuntu, say, or any other XFCE, you've only got to get rid of it once. Or clear it once. It's strange. We can stick that in there as well. What was I doing? Yeah, we go to Home. We come down to .config. We come into XFCE4. We go into Panel. And .like is there. So we open that up with text. Come down to the next line, paste that in there, and then enter twice, and save that away. Now I'm hoping that it remembers that straight away. So we reboot again. And because I saved my profile in Panel Profiles, it saves me having to redo it all. This theme isn't quite right. And that isn't either. I'll tell you what I did forget to do, and that was to add this. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go into File System. Best place to put these, and this happens throughout the whole of Linux. If you've got menu icons, let's go down to Pixmaps. Pixmaps have been around since Adam was a lad. I'm so glad they didn't get rid of them. Pixmaps, there we are. We just open up as root. And we'll just pop that in there, like so. What I want to do is edit this. What I like to do is to bring, because I've unticked the sort categories, I can now move this on up. As long as I've got it picked out inside the options of whisker menu, I've got it picked out into a tree. And I can move these up. Move that one up. Move that one. The problem is you've got to do it one at a time. I know it's not very entertaining watching this. No doubt a lot of you will be skipping to the end because you're all impatient. Because there's a lot of impatient people out there, and I get it. Or do I? No, I don't actually, because I was brought up to be patient. We're going to appearance. Come on in there. So it loads it up. There we are. If we go into uncategorized, there it is. There's the one that I added. And it's a ping file, and yeah, it's what I made these out of. There we are. Go into settings, go into appearance. We're going to go fonts next. I'm going to go Roboto Black. Roboto Black. We're going to go up to 14. There we go. Have them at none. Fine. Bring that up a bit. Excellent. It's not in any alphabetical order, which is great. Monospace. We have that at 14 as well. Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Yeah, that's fine. That's all fine. We can come down to Window Manager. We have that one. And we have defunct. Defunct bold. I think you usually have it at about 11. There we are. Makes it look a bit flashier. 1, 2, 3. I'll usually hide these ones. There we are. Sorted. And as you can see, nice arrows. And that's what Papyrus gives you. It gives you the nice arrows, back arrows and forward arrows, proper refresh and all that. Not these horrible more than less than arrows, those half triangles. Horrible that you get in Adwater, I think you get it in there, or in Gnome. Yeah, so there's that. What's next then? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look in documents, see what else we got to do. I've got to build i3 lock. Doclight script's been done. The actual look of this thing has been done. Terminal alias commands as well. We might as well get them in. Moving with text editor. These are the ones I have for here. NeoFetch is already installed. So what I usually do is have these all in one. We just copy that. Go back into home. We need to unlock that. We go into the bash RC. Great thing, you don't need permissions to do this. It's in your home folder. Pardon me. We'll just come down a couple of lines and then we'll just paste that one in like so. Then we'll just save. It saves having to write on out sudo app this, sudo app that. You can just dedicate. So for update, I'll put upd, upgrade, upg. For updating the grub, which is another thing we got to do. Update grub 2 is update g. For installing stuff is g, as in get. Go off and get it. For removing stuff is R, and for installing stuff is GF, so it's the -F. So it's sudo install -F. Well, it should be sudo apt install -F. Actually, in case you run it, in case you you have broken package or something, that's what you put on in. Yeah, so save it as that. That's what it should be. But there is sudo install -F as well, isn't there? So I might as well add alias. I'm going to call FG equals boink install -F. There we go. It's fine. You can add all sorts if you know your terminal commands. I mean, I only know basics. Basically, that's all I put on in. I'm not always in the terminal doing stuff. I'm not a programmer. I'm just a user. A user of your Linux. That's all I am. I've used it for so long. I could make things look cool, act cool, be cool, you know. So we still need this one I'm open. Let's go back into documents. There's Cubic to install. We've got better lock screen and that, and we've got these to add. I've got my home page to add as well. Let's do that now. We'll copy. We go into file system. This is where I keep them. Saves cluttering up my home file. I'll put them in. Oh, it's not in there. It's user lib Firefox. I'll put them in here. I'll open as root. Let me just pop that in there. And what I do need to do is to make this root. When you click that, it's meant to. Oop. It's meant to make them root. But it don't. Which is stupid. Now, what we got here. Now we got that in there. It doesn't matter because it still do what I ask it. So come out of root. Go on into here. Right click. Open with Firefox. There we are, so much better, and it searches with DuckDuckGo. It's a script that I wrote ages ago. It just works, basically. Don't worry about the privacy notice. What you do then is just copy this, go into settings, come into here. Come into home. This was the wrong one. Custom URLs. Let me just paste that in there, like so. When it comes to searching, I hate Google. So come back up into this little box. Come into DuckDuckGo. Remove. Get rid of eBay, definitely, and Wiki. And there you go. That should do for that. Privacy and security. It's entirely up to you what you have. Me, I always keep it on. Don't really care. So I sync everything up when I've got it installed anyway. Theme-wise, it doesn't look all that. What we can do is come on into more tools, customize, get rid of these. I'm old school. I hate all this. Oh yeah, you've got to have bookmarks. No, you haven't. You have not got to have bookmarks at all, and I hate them. Never show. Space. Yeah. There's a really, really good one on here. I've forgotten what the hell it's called. Oh, that's bright, isn't it? It's Galaxy Space Theme. What is it called? Hang on. I'll come off of here. Whip. Just come down a minute. So I've forgotten what it's called. It's this one with the stars roaming in the back. It'll be on in there, won't it? The best dynamic, yeah. Dark Space, that's it. Dark Space. That was it. The best dynamic. That's the one. Install theme. Edit. Okay. It's fine. So we can. Oh, God, that's bright, isn't it? There you go. Look at that. Brilliant. Excellent. What I did forget to do while I was in there. So there's all these little niggly things that you got to do as well. If you want to make this around, get rid of pocket. I hate pocket. I used to have problems with that years ago. That pocket. Do you want to save to pocket? No, I don't. Just get me out of here. I don't want to save to pocket. Thank you very much. Just leave it alone. Leave it out. No, leave library on over here. This is where you keep your shortcuts and whatever. You don't have to have them coming all the way across there. Especially if you're synced up and it. There we go. We can search for whatever we want in there. Brilliant. So we're getting there. Next video, ding ding ding. We'll be getting in the better lock screen and stuff. But yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. Also be sorting out workspaces, shortcuts with the keyboard and what have you as well. So thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I know it was a bit of a long, boring. I know it's boring. I know it is. But just want to show what you can do. What you can do with your Linux. Yeah. You don't have to run it like they want you to. Make it your own. Make yourself feel comfortable using it. Get used to it and everything will run properly as you want it. Not as the devs want you to run it. Get me? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. That's it from me. Bye for now.